Okie dokie. Now let's learn about loops. So in programming, loops is a construct that allows us to repeat a block of code. So let's say that you want to print to the console hello 10 times. So instead of you saying shout hello and then 10 times, maybe this is 10 times, so just like that. So instead of you doing this, you can actually use a loop and then automate all of this. So in Java, we have couplet loops construct. So let me teach you the for I loop first, and then you'll see the other types of loops. So for I goes like this. You say for, and then you add parentheses, and inside you need to specify the starting point. So here I'm going to say int, and then I, so usually people call this I, equals to 0, and then add semicolon. And then you say I less, so let's just say I less or equal to 10, semicolon, and then I plus plus. Now, what this is saying to us is, so this is the starting point. I'm going to keep on looping while I is less or equal to 10. And then you've seen this I plus plus, which pretty much increments I. So in here, if I just say shout and then hello, and let's just run this, you should see that we have hello a couple of times in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I think it's 11 times. So you can see that instead of us copying this multiple times, we just generated all of this. Now, let me actually print the value of I so you can see. So here I'm going to say plus, and then the value of I. So if I run it, have a look. The first time around, I is 0. So this is the initial point, while I is less or equal to 10, and then I plus plus, right? So here, I is 0. The next time around, it goes to the loop. It increments I. It's 1. Next time around, 2. Next time around, it keeps on incrementing because I is still less than 10. And when we reach at this point in here, so 10 is less or equal to 10, yes, we print 10. Increment I with I plus plus. 11. Is 11 less or equal to 10? No. Therefore, come out of this loop. So one thing to bear in mind is this piece of code in here is duplicated. So here, if I say shout and then start of for loop, and I'm going to duplicate this, and right here I'm going to say end of for loop, because I want you to see that this piece of code will be executed, then it goes through this, it loops 11 times because of 0, and then finally it prints this right here. So if I run it, have a look. So you can see start of for loop, hello, all the way to 10, and then end of for loop. So use a for loop when you want to repeat a block of code multiple times. So in here, you saw that this goes from 0 all the way to 10, but you could also start at 10 and then decrement. So here, let me just duplicate this, and then let me just paste it here. So you have it for reference. I want to say shout, reverse, and then loop, just like that. So in here, we're going to start at 10 while I is bigger or equal to 0, just like that. And we want to decrement I. So if I run this, I want you to see that now we started from 10, 9, 8, 7, all the way to 0. So this is pretty much how you use the for loop. Now, there are other constructs which I'm going to show you later, but for now, this is how you can execute a piece of code multiple times. Now, you've seen that I plus plus, so this is the same as I plus equal to 1. And with this, we can basically jump. So maybe we want to increment I 4, right? So now it will go from 0, 4, 8, and then stop. So if I run this once more, have a look, 0, 4, 8, and then stop, because this is the increment operator, right? And you've learned about this. So if you want to increment by 1, you just say plus plus. And this is it. Next, let's loop through arrays.